The Royal Rumble match is this Sunday! And what coming with the Royal Rumble match is the first ever Women's Rumble match. And while I still believe there should not be 30 women in that match, and all 30 have not been named, which I assume would happen because you don't have 30 women on the roster. There's a lot of talk about who will win, what number should people come out at, and who should be the surprise eliminations. And when it comes to the topic of who should be the winner, there's usually only two options people come up with: Ronda Rousey or Asuka. And as much as I want to see both of these women win, they're really the only choices everyone ever picks. No one ever talks about, you know, this woman or this woman or this woman. It's either Asuka or Ronda Rousey realistically. And yes, while they are the realistic picks, there are 5 other picks you can go with. And while I don't think they're going to happen, these are some scenarios that could possibly happen at this Sunday's Royal Rumble. So here they are, 5 women who could possibly win the first ever female Royal Rumble match. Nikki Bella. Subsiding the fact that Nikki Bella has been out for months upon end. I think her last appearance was at WrestleMania 33 when she tag teamed up with John Cena to face The Miz and Maurice. It's not a stretch to say that Nikki Bella could turn up at the first ever female Royal Rumble. She was a big part of the women's division for 10 years. As much as people don't like to give the Bellas credit, they were around for 10 years. Since 2007, the Bella twins have been around. So it's not completely out of the ballpark to think that they could have Nikki Bella, the one that wasn't pregnant, come in and win the Royal Rumble match. While I think that would be a bad decision, and I think some fans will riot, the Bella Army is a pretty strong fan base, and you do have a lot of little girls and some guys who like the Bella twins. So this is not out of the realm of possibility. I think Nikki Bella very well could win the female Royal Rumble match. Now the question would be, who does she face? I think the most likely possibility would that she would face Alexa Bliss, only because she's faced Charlotte before, so we wouldn't really have to see that match again. Nia Jax. Nia Jax has been around since 2016, and since then she's kind of, she stands out. She's the bigger woman on the roster. No one is like Nia Jax, except she really doesn't get the opportunities that she should be getting. I mean, she's the biggest woman on the roster, as I mentioned. She has wins almost over everyone on Raw. And they try to build this girl up, but then they get cold feet the last second and they never seem to want to put the title on her. They put it on Sasha, they've put it on Bailey, they've put it on Charlotte, but Nia Jax, no. They have not put the title on Nia Jax for some reason. And it's like they haven't really been building her up for a long... I mean, they build her up and they build her up and they build her up, but for what? They're not going to give her a title, and it seems like that's not the direction they're heading. But you can give her this power-heavy run that, there's always that Iron Man, well, in this case, Iron Woman, in the Royal Rumble match. You can have her be the Iron Woman and win the Royal Rumble match. Have her do like a Kane performance in 2001. I wouldn't have her eliminate 11 women, but have her eliminate like 7 or 8, come down to the final 2, give her a shock elimination, Nia Jax wins, goes on to challenge Alexa Bliss. You could build that. There has been tension building between Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax, so you can possibly do Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania and have Nia Jax win her first women's championship. Ruby Riot. This would have been Paige, but Paige is now seemingly retired, so that's kind of a possibility. Well, the second option would be to go with SmackDown's Paige, and I don't want to make it sound like, since it's not Paige, then Ruby Riot. But I do think that, if you want to build up this new... You do have the Riot Squad, which if you ask me, I think the Riot Squad has been better built up than Absolution has. And they've been on the roster for a while, and they've been kind of building them up towards... I don't know what they're building them up towards. But you can imagine that they're going to lean towards a Ruby Riot SmackDown Women's Championship match soon. Well, a good way to do that is have the Riot Squad dominate... Oh, you could just have the final 2 come down to Ruby Riot and, Asuka, and Ronda pulls her out of the ring, and Ruby Riot wins the Women's Royal Rumble match. Challenges Charlotte at WrestleMania. You get the Riot Squad come in and help her win, and Ruby Riot becomes the SmackDown Women's Champion. Payne, Royce, and Billie Kay. Yeah, I know a lot of you about to roll your eyes like, oh my lord, this guy's about to do a 1994 Royal Rumble on us. And I kinda am. Look, listen, hear me out. you have Payne and Royce enter out first in like an earlier number. And then around a later time, you have Billie Kay enter out. And you know, they're battling out, they're helping each other. They're trying to avoid each other from getting eliminated. You know, one gets about to get eliminated, one saves the other. They're doing double eliminations. They make it to the final 3. And they both eliminate the final person. And now it's down to just Billie Kay and Payne Royce. And they're best friends. They don't want to eliminate each other. So what do? They both hop over the top rope and jump on the floor. And they both eliminate themselves. And everyone's like, oh my god, who's the winner? And then it comes down to, well, since they voluntarily eliminate themselves, that would mean that both of them are the Royal Rumble winners. And Billie Kay and Payne Royce become the winners of the first ever female Royal Rumble match. Now, I know that would spark a lot of controversy. You know, you have 2 Royal Rumble winners again. But with Billie Kay and Payne Royce being an iconic duo and being a pairing, I think it would make more sense that both of them win than just have Pete and Royce win, because everyone would just say, you know, have Pete and Royce win it. You know, you have Billie Kay and Payne Royce win. That would kind of lead the mark for a SmackDown and or Raw Women's Championship match. You could do Billie Kay versus the Raw Women's Champion and Payne Royce versus the SmackDown Women's Champion, or you can do a possible 2-on-1 match at WrestleMania and have them do like a dual championship. You know, they're doing the same thing with Kevin Owens and Xander Rumble, which isn't really working too much. But Payne Royce and Billie Kay, I could definitely buy them as dual women's champions. And you guys can disagree with me if you want, but I can buy it. I can see it. Bailey. And I know they have not really done much of the Bailey character in the past year. But what a way to build Bailey back up to have her win the Royal Rumble match. And here's my scenario. I'm going to do a full-on video on this because this is a really good scenario I thought of earlier. So what if you have Bailey and Sasha Banks? Bailey enters in at number 1. And Sasha enters in like a later number, maybe number 9, number 10 or something. And they work together. You know, Bailey and Sasha, they're friends. They're working together. They're working a tandem. The final 4 comes down to Sasha, Bailey, Ronda, and Asuka. You have Bailey and Sasha. They're staring down Asuka and Ronda, who are about to team up on them. And Bailey eliminates Sasha Banks from the match to set an example. So now the final 3 comes down to Ronda, Asuka, and Bailey. And Asuka, Ronda, they take Bailey out of the equation. But she's not out of the match. They take her out of the equation. They're fighting it out. Asuka's trying to eliminate Ronda, but she's holding on. Bailey comes up from behind, does a double elimination spot, eliminates both of them. And Bailey is your Royal Rumble winner by eliminating Sasha and Asuka and Ronda. What a way to have Bailey come back into the spot that she should have had when she first debuted. Top star, goes for the Raw Women's Championship. Take the title for Alexa Bliss. I really don't want to see Alexa Bliss versus Bailey again. Goes for the Raw Women's Championship and wins it back at WrestleMania. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for watching this video. I love you guys as always, and make sure you guys tune into tomorrow's video where I will be doing 5 possible winners for the men's Royal Rumble match. I love you guys as always, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace out.